James Charles would like to be uncancelled, please. The most controversial article of the year has been posted, and today we're going to dissect it and expose everything. Ahead of his highly anticipated brand launch, it's no surprise that James Charles wants some positive media attention surrounding his name, so he took the opportunity to engage in a very candid, in-depth interview with Cosmopolitan, and as we all know, Cosmopolitan is one of the most famous magazines in the world, and he did this in a way to spread a positive light on his name. He discussed his controversies that led to his cancellation and the steps he's currently taking to redeem himself and his image, and he wants everything to be forgotten and left in the past. At the very beginning of the article, he had stated, "I don't want to sit here and effing mope and whine and cry because nobody wants to hear it," says Charles, sinking into a plush couch in his casual open living room. "I had to do a lot of thinking, like, okay babe, this is your fault. No, you're not an effing no, you're not a predator. But you made a big mistake." People are like, oh my god, where is this article going? Throughout the interview, he shared that he didn't want to dwell on self-pity regarding his cancellation, and he'd stated that he bears responsibility for the state of his reputation, but he'd firmly asserted that he's not a predator. This article delved into past accusations by several individuals, some of whom were minors, some of whom felt very violated by the way in which James Charles was talking to them. Here's a little bit of a snippet from the past for those who have maybe forgotten. Here are some of James Charles's victims.
Influencer-wise, and I've always looked up to him, so I was excited to get his message back. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna post proof of it right now. This is the notification that I got when he Snapchatted me first. And just for further proof, he deleted the chat. I don't know what he deleted, but that's me opening his Snapchat. I went into the bathroom, and I guess he saw the bathroom light, so he started making the conversation very sexual, and it made me really uncomfortable. And I'll post some of the stuff that he sent me now. You can't see it because it's blurry, because I took it on my iPad, because I don't want him to see that I screenshotted it, but I'll post it right now. He proceeded to send me explicit pictures of his body.
Where's the facts? Where's the receipt saying that you were 14? I don't have the receipts. I told him on FaceTime. I told him on Snapchat. I have like a video of us being on FaceTime. Okay? I am 14 years old. I have 330,000 followers on TikTok. I'm not trying to be arrogant.
Yeah, when these allegations first started pouring out, this triggered more complaints against Charles. And at one point, there were like 20 individuals that had spoken out against him, some of which were minors, accusing him of inappropriately flirting with them. If a celebrity with tens of millions of followers came sliding into your DMs, would you respond? I probably would. Charles says he recognises the power imbalance at play in his interactions online. He should have verified everyone's ages, he says, and been more sensitive to how his fame could colour the way others responded to him. Charles also talked about the term predator and groomer. He said, "I feel like that word is a very popular buzzword right now, especially in politics and stuff, but the actual meaning of it has been so misconstrued." Referring to the first allegation against him, he adds, "The conversation lasted 1 hour. I don't know this person. I've never met this person. Nothing happened between me and this actual person. So to use that word is so categorically incorrect." If that's the case, then why didn't Charles sue him? Because Charles knew that he was in the wrong. He'd explained how after all this drama went down, his YouTube was demonetized, he didn't return as the host of Instant Influencer, and all of his other business ventures deteriorated. He and Morphe had a co-owned palette. He'd partnered on an eyeshadow palette with them, and they'd cut ties with him. Nobody wanted anything to do with him, and that's probably why he's come out with his own makeup line now. But even that is having dramas surrounding it. He's having to keep delaying the launch because of product issues, etc. But yeah, he is looking forward to this new venture. And I guess that's one of the reasons why he wants to talk about his past now and shed some positive light on himself with Cosmopolitan, the most well-known magazine in the world, because it's it's a way to drive sales to his brand because, as we all know, anyone that's coming out with a makeup brand now, even if they are a celebrity, the makeup world is highly oversaturated. The only person who seems to be making a killing right now is Jeffree Star, celebrity-wise I'm talking. Every other celebrity makeup brand is so oversaturated. Oh, and Selena Gomez as well, we can't forget her, everyone loves her stuff. But for the most part, James is diving into very sketchy territory. He may not even get a return on investment. Who knows? We'll see. James had said, "I can't even begin to explain to you how bad that week of my life was." Charles remembers as he looks out at his backyard, "I was crying myself to sleep every single night. I was sitting there in bed staring at my phone. I wanted to kill myself. I wasn't talking to anybody. People threw food into his yard and spray painted his property's fence, prompting him to hire security. It was the first time where I was like, oh F, I actually don't know what to do here." And apparently he had a massive fallout with his brother because obviously his brother did not want to associate with him anymore because of all the allegations that had come out. His brother had stood by his side many times before in the past, but this was the bloody tipping point for him. James explained how they no longer really have a relationship anymore and his brother has just completely cut ties with him. While the internet has had a lot to say about this. Over on Twitter someone said, "In other news, James Charles's brother is a good person." Oh, the drama. Looks like James Charles needs to take a masterclass in sibling relationships. Cutting ties over child grooming allegations? That's one way to say bye, sister. Well, it seems like James Charles knows a thing or two about brushes, but not about building healthy family relationships. Yeah, people are defending his brother. They're like, screw you, James, this is what you deserve. James then discussed how he's been trying to get back his career ever since these allegations came out. He'd taken a break for a while and then he went back to filming just like normal, like nothing ever happened, and had just ignored the hate that he was receiving. He'd also talked about romantic relationships. He'd claimed, "Quickly, please name 5 famous gay celebrities from the ages of 20 to 25. You can't because they don't exist." James has always been very vocal about how he only wants to date someone who's on his level, which is a very, very narcissistic and egocentric way to look at dating. He refuses to date anyone normal. He doesn't want anyone to use him. It makes sense, but it also kind of doesn't. It shows just what a shallow person he is. And so he thinks the dating pool is very, very, very limited for him because he only wants to date celebrities like himself who are his age. And now he's claiming that there's no gay celebrities out there. And apparently he doesn't want to go on dating apps anymore because when he did go on dates with people he met there, he felt too exposed, and he claimed that anyone who swiped right on him was probably going to take screenshots of their conversations and brag to their friends about it or post it online, which actually has happened before in the past to James, but for the most part it's people just exposing him being a weirdo. The article finished with them discussing James's new makeup brand. So obviously this article was written as a way to drive traffic to his new brand in the launch. So he'd went in depth about that. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this article in the comments. Do you forgive James? I don't know who the hell would, but I'm sure some people out there do. And lastly, I want to know who is buying James Charles's makeup when it gets launched. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more juicy tea.